Hi, this is John Hawkins with Gateway Counseling Center, and we're doing an outdoor version tonight of our Tuesday Night Live. It's a long story behind this one, but bear with me. It's a little windy out here, but I think we can probably still hear me there. So my name's John Hawkins Jr. again. I'm co-owner of Gateway Counseling Center with my father, John Hawkins. We are a full-service mental health counseling center. We do individual, relationship, couples, family therapy. We've been around for about a little over 10 years now. We're located here in Boynton Beach, and on Tuesday nights we do this YouTube Live, just a chance to answer any questions some of our existing clients have, or anybody who has any questions, and we can just be a public service to the community and help you in any way we can. There's a lot of information that I think people don't have that can really benefit from them. I have clients that come to see me who've been in therapy for years, sometimes decades, and haven't heard some of the things that I tell them in the first 5 to 10 minutes. And so that was really a big motivation, just to say, man, it seems like there's a lack of information out there, some things that really could benefit people that need help in any way we can. I specialize in working with all types of traumas, addiction, ptsd, couples therapy. I do a lot of performance work, working with some pro athletes here in South Florida, a lot of golfers, entrepreneurs, business owners, helping them break through some blocks they have to different barriers of success they have, fear of failure, things like that. So you can reach us at Gateway Counseling Center on Facebook. Also, our website is gatewaycounseling.com. You can reach me at johnh@gatewaycounseling.com. If you have any questions during the week, I'd be more than happy to answer them. Tonight, had a couple things come in from emails. One of the things I wanted to talk to, also there's some things maybe that are that I'm noticing with a lot of clients during that particular week that I'll bring up, that I feel like, wow, this seems to be just kind of a theme that's going on with a lot of people. One of the things that I would say has fit that theme this week I wanted to talk about was, people's discouragement with their lack of progress, sometimes their perceived lack of progress, or blocks they have, or fears, things like that. Is my opinion, and this is something that really transformed me as a therapist. There is never a stuck place, never a dead end. There's always somewhere to work from. I'll give you an example. If somebody says, I'm too afraid to talk about that, so I don't need them to talk about that yet. They're talking about their fear of talking about that, which is, in my opinion, really good work. So it's really a matter of scaling things. If you can scale it down, there's always somewhere that you can work from. Like I said, some people won't go to therapy because they feel like, well, I can't get that, issue resolved because I can't even talk about it yet. How's it going? Where that'll prevent them. The first time I went to therapy, I had a really nice therapist and everything, but there was changes I wasn't ready to make yet. And he just didn't know how to help me navigate that. So I felt like, well, there's no point in continuing to come if I'm not ready to do this. Where the person who ended up becoming my long-term therapist was able to help me navigate that and scale that down to realizing there was some really good work I could do around I'm not ready to do it. So for me, in so many areas, it's about getting some consistency, some momentum going. And I mean, you can scale it to the smallest things. I had somebody I worked with this week where, I tell them, working with a lot of trauma clients, where we do our whole session on I want to quit. But guess what? They're in the session, they're talking about how discouraged they are, but they haven't quit because they're there telling me they want to quit, but they're there. And for me, that takes a lot. I mean, there's a lot of things people have to face that are huge fears and things, particularly in working through trauma, so it takes a lot of courage just to come in the front door. So think of that, like if you're stuck in some area, whether it's, leaving a bad relationship, and, even if I'm just talking to my therapist or a friend or somebody about how scared I am to do it, and I can't do it yet, but the fact that you're talking about it is the beginning of working towards doing it. So really just think of where you can get started, scale that down. There is always somewhere to work from. I had a guy one time I worked with addiction in a treatment center, and he just said, I'm so frustrated because I feel like I'm just stuck here sitting on the fence. And I said, sit on that fence as long as you want. It's taken you years to get to the fence. You don't need to rush off the fence. The fact that you're so ambivalent about giving up drugs is huge, because for years you had no desire whatsoever to not do it. So now you're conflicted. That's awesome. So much of it's about how we frame it and put it in those terms that then create an emotional reaction that can be very empowering or disempowering, just depending on our perception there. So I hope that's helpful. That's my piece for the night and our live here. You can email me questions again at jonh@gatewaycounseling.com. I will answer all those questions on the following YouTube Live. We do every Tuesday night at 7:15. Probably be back indoor next week. Maybe you can ask me some questions about how I ended up outside tonight too, that I can fill you in on the rest of that there. We also have a group called the Mind Zone group on Facebook that you can post questions. There's other people in the group for support, things like that. And when I check in on there, respond to any questions people have for me or that want feedback on. I know it may be a little hard to hear me with the wind here tonight. Like I said, next week we'll get back into indoors, but it's an interesting story. But we're here, we're dedicated to coming through for you and not giving up just because we have some logistical problems there. So I want to be faithful and committed to you guys no matter what. If I got to do it in my car, out here, or whatever, still going to try to always show up and do it for you. So hope you guys have a great week. Email me those questions, anything that you felt was helpful. Tag somebody, share it, follow it. Like I said, on Facebook, Gateway C Center on Instagram. We'll post different videos. There's articles up there. There's all kinds of things. Just trying to be a resource for you and help in any way we can there. All right, thanks for listening, and you guys have a good night.